So for this, I do have to use u substitution. What would you choose to be your u value? X squared plus 1 seems like a good choice. So I'll change my variables. U equals x squared plus 1. Du equals 2x dx. Solve for dx. dx equals 1 over 2x du. Are we okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing that's different. Before, we didn't have the limits of integration, right? These are x values. The 0 and the 2 are x values. Once we switch and use a u, then we're going to need u values, right? You'll see what happens in a minute. So here I would have the integral. I'm not going to put in the limits of integration just yet, but I had the integral of, 3x u to the 4th times 1 over 2x du. Then the x's cancel out, right? And then we have, let's just zoom in. I'm going to move the 3 and the 2 out front, so I have 3 over 2 times the integral of u to the 4th du. Correct? Any questions so far? Now I just need my limits of integration. If I told you that x is 0, would you be able to tell me what u is? It would be 1. How the heck did you? How do you know that?
Plug it into this dx.
Yeah, we have something that we can use that translates x values into u values. So when x is 0, we put a 0 in there. 0 squared plus 1 would be just 1. So this value is 1.
So change to 1.
What's the top value?
So
5. Just by putting in a 2 there, squared plus 1 is 4. Plus 1 is 5.
And then now we do like this.
And now you can just do the antiderivative, u to the 5th over 5 times the 3 over 2. And we don't have to change back. Normally we would have had to plug in our x expression. But we don't have to do that now. We just change the limits of integration. So now we just use from 1 to 5. Does that make sense? So then this would be, 3 over 2 times 1/5 times 5 to the 5th minus 3 over 2 times 1/5 times 1 to the 5th. Whatever that is. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. You could do it this way where you change the limits of integration. Or you could have just written down your antiderivative and then plug in your u again. Then you wouldn't have to change limits of integration. Do you guys know what I'm saying when I say that? Yeah?
Yeah.
So there's two ways to do it. You can change the limits of integration like we just did, and evaluate it from 1 to 5. Or you could just plug in what you had for u and then use the x limits of integration. Any questions on that?